The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Black Hawk Hauling, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, Wags Food and Culture, Moe's Pizza, The Green Law Firm, Personal Injury Attorney, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I am your host, JB, the Sports Guy. We got a good show for you all tonight. Before we get to our special guest, I got to announce my co-host who is joining me tonight, the one, the only, George Peppers. What's up, GP?
What's up, JB? I'm good, baby. Super Bowl Eve. We're almost here to the game on Sunday. Gonna be a heck of a football game and Hall of Fame announcement Saturday. Kind of got a little bias going. I want to see Reggie Wayne get in. I don't know if he will this time, but being a John Eric grad, it would make me so proud to see that man go in. And of course, Saints fans are banking on Jari Evans getting in, possibly. That's a possibility that he could get in. But we'll see. I mean, that's Saturday. The game is Sunday. And for those of you that watch the flag football game on Sunday, man, y'all got no life. That's all I got to say.
Oh, man, you cannot tell those people that have
Uh,
no life. Some people like flag football. You can't
man,
tell them
please.
that. Come on,
That ain't the
man.
Pro Bowl we grew up with.
I mean, it's not the Pro Bowl we grew up with. I didn't watch it, but I'm just saying they got people
I feel
that
you.
like flag football. I'm not going.
Now that
I'm not going to
we
knock
have,
them, but
now we do have someone missing tonight. VK Jones. He is on assignment. Uh, forcibly, or whatever word you want to use, anecdote, whatever you want to use. But
he
he
might be on.
actually has been
Might be
busy
on
today with Crescent City Sports covering National Signing Day, and he's been all over. He's I don't want to say globetrotting because there ain't no such thing as globetrotting in the state of Louisiana because you're staying in the state, but he's been all over and he's doing a tremendous job. And of course, he's got his commitments with Nunez College and Baton Rouge Community College for baseball. So yeah, we're not saying it's gonna be infrequent or nothing like that, but tonight he's not with us because he's been with Crescent City all day doing a great job with signing day. Check out some of his interviews. He interviewed Wallace Foster, who signed with LSU, Warren Easton. Uh, LSU had themselves a heck of a class, and other teams did great work too. So
well, I mean, I was going to say VK was on suspension, but
you could have. That's why I was trying to prevent it because
yeah, I see that. I see what you did. I see what you did.
I didn't want the commenters, our fans that was like, what the hell is going on, man? We're good. We way good, but we were gonna. We should have played the prank anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good though. It's all
I know. I feel you.
good. Let's get to our special guest. This guy here, he is the head coach of the Higgins Lady Hurricanes basketball team, and they made history the other night, and they are on their way to the playoffs. We have the one, the only, Coach Bryant Holmes. Coach Holmes, how you doing? And thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh man, I'm awesome. Blessed to be here, and I thank you guys for having me on. It's an honor and a privilege.
Most definitely, Coach. Let's get started. What was it, or who was it that got you into coaching?
Um, I would say my coaches as a child, I was blessed to be around a bunch of coaches that showed interest in me outside of the playing field or the basketball court. So that's something that always stuck with me through life. Just wanting to have that same type of impact. Coaches are something that a coach, that's a title that's well respected in our culture, in our society. So being able to have that opportunity to have an impact on kids is something that I've always wanted to do, to kind of give back to. It's my way of giving back to so many people that's poured into me.
Now, I heard at one time you were a football coach. What was the transition from coaching football into going into coaching basketball?
Yeah, so I coached football for about 15 years. I was actually head coach, football coach at Grace King High School, and interesting thing happened. I had an opportunity to come back to the community I was born in, which is the Avondale Westwego area, and work at Higgins. And opportunity presented itself to coach basketball, and actually basketball was my first love. But I kind of got typecast into a football coach because I played football collegiately. I played at Nickel State.
Okay.
So it's kind of, when you get out of college and you're kind of looking for a job, everybody see you as this football guy. And I was always like, hold up, wait, I'm a basketball guy at first. I love basketball, but football was where the opportunity was. So that's where I, got my feet wet. And then, but like I say, once I got to L.W. Higgins and the opportunity presented itself as an assistant coach with the girls basketball team, I just jumped right in. Like I said, it was something I've loved, and I've been waiting for the opportunity. So when I got the opportunity, I just jumped in, and I never looked back.
Let's talk about the season right quick. You guys finished with a 19-4 record, and you guys finished with a 9-game winning streak. Talk about the winning streak that you guys went on to end this season.
Is actually the byproduct of the work we've been putting in for the this is my third year as the head coach, and it's funny, like it's the everything we try to instill when we first took over the program is starting to come to fruition now, and it's really just a byproduct of the kids buying in. It's funny the results you get when you just instill a little confidence in kids and let them know that you believe in them, and then they start believing in themselves, and from there the results take care of itself. So the win streak is just a byproduct of the kids buying in and believing in themselves, and then putting in the work behind it.
I mentioned that you guys made history the other night. For the first time ever, the Higgins Lady Hurricanes basketball team won a district championship. Talk about the feeling of winning that district championship and how important it is for y'all to win that district championship, not only for the school, but for the community itself.
Um, Awesome feeling, awesome. If you know anything about the community and the district that Higgins pulled from, it's traditionally a talent rich community. Um, However, is also traditionally that kids go outside of the community. They go other places. So my mind frame and ideology was only that, if you build something that the people in the community will be proud of, they'll stay in that community, and in turn give back to that community. So what you see going on now is just the kids, instead of leaving the community, now they're starting to stay home. And that's why you're seeing a different result on the court. And it's just it's just a great feeling, because like I say, I'm born and raised in the community. So just to see people have something that they can be proud of and stick their chests out and say, hey, I'm a Higgins Hurricane, just to play a small part in that, man, it just feels awesome.
Before I pass it on to my co-host George Peppers, you guys are going to the playoffs. What is the message that you are saying now to your team in regards to getting ready for the playoffs?
The message doesn't change. We always teach them, one day at a time. If you do the right things, you do the right things in that building from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, from 3 to 5 is going to take care of itself. So even though it's the playoffs, you might have more attention and people patting you on your back. You still only gonna get the results based on the work that you put in when nobody else is looking. So just keep your head down, keep working like you've been doing, and the results will take care of itself.
George Peppers.
Coach Holmes, first off, thank you for taking the time for joining us tonight here on the Hash It Out Show. We appreciate it very much. And congratulations on winning that district title, which is going to lead into my first question. Um, Obviously, as JB mentioned, it was the first title in Higgins girls basketball history. But for you personally, it's your third year there. What did it mean to you to see this happen?
Um, it just kind of solidified that we were going in the right direction and that the kids
Mhm.
were beginning to get the message. Sometimes, as a coach, you got the good thing about this group is they've been with me from the start. So when I started, they were freshmen. So we all came in together.
Right.
And the one thing I said is, the only habits they're gonna develop is the ones that I allow them to develop. So to develop.
Mhm.
So me and this group, we've grown together. They've helped me grow as a coach, and I try to help them grow as players. So we've grown together, and it's just awesome to see their growth as people, and just the confidence that is building. You can just to see them go from kids, bright eyed kids, to now they're becoming young women, and they're looking at their future, and they're confident about being successful young ladies and successful citizens in this community. Man, it's just awesome.
Despite the fact that you guys won this district championship, you guys, it looks like you're slated to go on the road in the first round. I don't know who. I mean, it looks like Acadiana, but again, with appeals and everything else, what is the message to the kids in the fact, even though they won this district, and the fact, and look, we all know why. It's a byproduct of a district that's really a substandard district this year. A lot of those teams were, quite frankly, not really good. How do you keep your girls' mind frame positive, even though winning a district title and having to travel? How do you balance out the positivity of that?
Well, the good thing about my kids is they really don't know what's in front of them. For the majority of them, well, for the whole group, it's their first time being in the playoffs. So they're just excited to be able to take on any opponent that you put in front of them. They're gonna play their hearts out and play their hardest. So they're not discouraged. Looking at, hey, we got to go on the road. It doesn't matter to them. The opportunity, the fact that they got an opportunity to continue to play,
Mhm.
when other teams are going home, it means the world to them.
First team to five gets the state title. That's the message, right?
Yeah.
With that said, um, your coaching style. How do you? For those that haven't watched Higgins girls play, tell us, friendly or as us, with what kind of a coaching style you guys play and what kind of a playing style you girls go out there and play.
You're going to see we're scrappy defensively. Our defense is what we hang our head on. We always talk to the young ladies about, just in basketball, some nights the shots going to fall, some nights they're not. But defense is something that always travels. So, we hang our head on the defensive side of the ball. So what you're going to see when you see the Lady Canes play is an all-out defensive effort. We're diving on the ground. First one to the floor is our motto. We diving on the ground trying to get balls, and we're gonna make it tough for you to score.
You guys, as JB mentioned, you guys have won 9 in a row. Do you feel like that this team is peaking at the right time, or do you feel like this team can be better than where they're at right now?
Yeah, the coach in me always feels like we can go higher and we can get better, but it's
Right.
it's, it's also important. When you have a win streak, it's kind of important for the kids to see that what you're preaching and what you're teaching, it pays off. So for the kids it's building confidence. So for the kids to see it, okay, coach kind of knows what he's talking about, and hey, if I put in the work, I can get good results.
Mhm.
To build that confidence is priceless. So yeah, the win streak is something that definitely is important because it gives them confidence and knowing that
Mhm.
they're doing the right things and they're getting the right results from it.
Now with the playoffs approaching, I mean, obviously the preseason goal sounds like it's been accomplished as far as winning a district championship, first in Higgins history. Um, Now with the playoffs, what's the realistic goal for you guys as you head into the playoffs? Obviously, everybody wants to get to the top 28 in Hammond, but for Higgins, what would be constituted a big success in the playoffs for you?
Realistically, just looking at it, we definitely want to get in and compete. Like I say, the girls, my core group are juniors, so they're kind of we all are looking at it like, hey, let's get in, see what it's like, and so our senior year, we plan on going out with a bang. We understand as best as they understand. They get that it's a difficult task to you're gonna face a different level of competition, and they understand that task is difficult, but they're up for the challenge, and they understand that it's not a game 1 year process. They understand that, hey, maybe we need to get in there this year and get our feet wet and see what's happening, but they definitely don't doubt that before they leave campus that they can you know take it to the top.
Mhm.
Number one.
And last question before flip it back over to my host, JB. Um, how has the Higgins community and the alumni responded to this success, this unparalleled success that Higgins, the Lady Hurricanes, have put together? First district championship. It's something that's never been done. What has the reception been like, and how is the enthusiasm around Higgins and throughout the alumni?
The community is they've been great, and honestly, they've been great. My whole 3 years, honestly, it's like it's a relief at this point because it's you can see that it's been building up to it. Like I say, from day one, there was buy-in. There's always been excitement around the program, and I'm a culture guy, so I think when people see a change in culture and they feel good about what's going on, you can see that that success is coming at some point down the road. I don't. I think it's a bit surprising to me that it's come so soon, but you can't put a time frame on it. It kind of happens when it happens. But the community has been awesome. Like I say, I'm from this community, so I've been getting calls. Uh, my phone been ringing off the hook the last 2 days, just congratulating and saying, "Hey, coach, let me know where y'all playing. Wherever it is, I'll be there." I've been waiting for this for 30 years since I was at Higgins. So the community is very excited, and they're supportive as always, but they're extra supportive if that makes sense. They're ready to come out and support and cheer the girls on.
Coach Holmes, I am from West Wego, born and raised. I didn't go to Higgins, but had a lot of friends that went there, and I always wanted to see Higgins do well to this day. And I am happy for you, the community, the job you've done has been phenomenal. This is great for Higgins High School and the community, and I just want to commend you on the job that you've done.
I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you for joining the show, and we will see you soon. Have you back in the future, my friend.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Definitely. Thank you, Coach. Coach Bryant Holmes. George,
Hmm.
the Higgins Hurricane girls are 19-4. That is a great record. Great
Hmm.
record. First district championship. They are getting a batter put in the school. This is great for the community. And when people see that a school is winning, they're gonna put their kids at that school. You see it
Hmm.
with Shaw. Shaw's winning again. The enrollment has gone up. Now, the girls basketball team, district champions, and if you play girls basketball in the Higgins district, you can go right there to Higgins because now there's a program that has been built by Coach Holmes, and the foundation has been set with this group of girls right here, right now, to go forward and beyond in the future.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Well, first things first, thank Coach Holmes for making the time to join us. And obviously, that schedule is a little bit hectic considering the playoffs are coming up and, having to deal with logistics and, where they're going to go. It looks like they're going to take a little trip up to Acadiana. Don't know what's going to happen there. We look at this point. It sounds like they're playing with house money. The way Coach Holmes responded to that question when I asked them what they were looking to in the playoffs, and they were looking to compete. I think he understands the thing that I can take from those answers that he gave me on my list of questions. He's a realist. He's not going to sit here and throw the coach speak and say we're going to win state this year. I think he knows, or he understands that. Not that the moment will be too big. I don't want to say that. What I'm saying is that they're not at that level yet. It's a building process, and I love that about him, how he said that. The building process. It's a great thing. Like Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. He's built that program into a winning program. They've won a district championship, and as an Eric grad, I could be salty, but I'm not. I want to see West Bank teams do well. I do, except West Jeff, but that's a different animal altogether. That program, no, they could have they whatever, but that's not petty. There's a lot of underlying with that big rivalry. But everybody else, you're good. But Coach Holmes, I like his mannerisms. I like what he brings. I think Higgins is they're in good hands with him. I feel like next year he says that group that core group he's got
Or group
now,
comes back. Yes.
if they come back, you would imagine they'd be the favorite. The thing I have a question for you, and maybe it's just me being uneducated or whatnot, which I'm not uneducated. I'm just saying that tongue in cheek. How is Higgins playing Division 1, not Division 2? What's that? What's up with that?
I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you, but I really don't have an answer. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, no, no, no. I do know. I'm sorry, because Higgins was Division 1 for football also.
Right?
I think the enrollment they had when it's in regards to Division 1 was just over the Division 1 level. So yeah, the football team was even Division 1. So yes, they
What?
are. Yes, so they are Division 1.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I mean, because Shaw wasn't, and you guys are in the same district, and y'all in football, and y'all
And,
were in
and
Division 2.
Bell Chase and so was Bell Chase Division 1.
Well, that's right. Bell Chase was Division 1. We did their first round game against Parkway.
That's right.
Had it our show game of the week. Just saying, we'll be back for season 2 for that.
That's right.
Exactly. But no, we wish the Lady Hurricanes, the best of luck. Um, and for not to be too results oriented, what you want to see is just continued success for that program.
Yes.
That's a good program. At least basketball. I wish they could get their football together because Clifford Harris is a good coach there too, and they had a little bit of positivity early, but it season fell off the rails late. Still made the playoffs, but it wasn't pretty. But for the Lady Hurricanes, unparalleled success, and we wish Coach Holmes, on behalf of the Hash It Out Show, we wish Coach Bryant Holmes and that team the best of luck in the playoffs.
Definitely, definitely. And as you stated, it looks like they probably gonna be on the road going to Acadiana. That's not for certain yet, ladies and
Nope.
gentlemen. Once they release the brackets, I believe tomorrow or Friday. The first game, I believe, is on.
London Grove?
No, no, it's Thursday. Thursday. First game is
Next Thursday.
Thursday. Yes, first game is Thursday.
Hmm.
So yes, but you got to be proud for Coach Holmes and his staff and the girls of the Lady Hurricanes for a phenomenal job that they have done this season, and the future definitely looks bright. We're going
No
to
doubt.
take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will talk about signing day here in the state of Louisiana. You are watching the Hash It Out show.
I'm Jordan Moore of the Hornville Tigers, and you're watching the Hash It Out Show.
You're watching the Hash It Out Show!
Welcome back to the Hash It Out show. I am your host, JB the Sports Guy, joined by my good friend, the co-host, the one and only George Peppers. VK Jones is on a one-show suspension. No, just joking. He's on assignment. GP,
Yes, sir.
GP. We
Uh,
had signing day number 2 today, And what are some of your thoughts about signing day?
Well, it's always a great day. Look, and I hate the fact that we have two of these. I actually do hate it. I just maybe it's me, but I'm a traditionalist. I'd rather the one big signing day in February, like today, where you could just look. I used to, I mean, before I took the job, I took the career I took, where it precluded me from doing it, would be to watch. I kid you not, I was a wall to wall guy. I would put it on at 8 o'clock in the morning on ESPNU and just go with it.
Yes,
You
I
know,
did one
I,
time too. Yes,
I mean, does it sound like I'm a hermit? I don't care. Uh, I mean, heck, wait for the NFL draft. I mean, I'm one of those that's pick one to pick two, whatever it is going to be this year after compensatories. Wait till that, and that's in April. But signing day today, LSU 34 signees got six transfers out of the portal. Xavier Thomas from John Ehret, I'll point him out. He went to Mississippi State, had a decent first year. Also as a returner, and we saw Xavier in high school. I like what he brings. I think the makeup he brings, and maybe he gets a chance to play right away. Considering look at who's leaving: Brian Thomas, Neighbors. Um, Maybe there's opportunity. We'll see. But Dominic McKinley signed with LSU, and I have my thoughts about Mr. McKinley. I mean, I know what we saw in New Orleans in the Superdome in the biggest game of his career, and I don't share the sentiment of him being the top rated D tackle in the state, a defensive player in the state. Just me. I mean, if you're that, you got to show up, and he didn't. Catholic did a number on him that night. I'm not saying he's a bad player at all, at all. I would be completely irresponsible to say something stupid like that. I also want to point out Tulane. Tulane had a really nice class today too. Go look those guys up. I mean, John Summerall is making some big waves early.
yeah,
I mean, Willie who? I mean, it might be one of those situations. I mean, look, there's a tongue-in-cheek thing in that, considering what happened in the conference in the American Conference Championship game against SMU. To leave the team like not even 6 hours after the game. That's another story. But I also want to point out a friend of mine that works with me, Kedrick Richardson, his son, the incredible defensive player for De La Salle, Kedrick Richardson, signed today with Nicholls State. That's a pretty big win. Nichols made the playoffs this year, and they were able to procure that man to play for them. And Tim Rebo, there was some seat was maybe getting a little bit warm, and that's VK Jones. That's
that's what I was
VK's
saying.
his number one fan, I guess. I don't know, but that seat was getting just a touch warm. But they responded well with a good season, made the playoffs, didn't do anything, couldn't. But when you're able to procure the Louisiana talent and get that guy who is the defensive player, the stud that he is, and you sign with Nichols, they're in good hands. He's going to do good things over there. Um, but I mean, signing day is always a highlight, and to me, it's like one of the greatest. It's almost like a Christmas day for high school. And really, at the end of the day, I told you I'm a wall to wall guy when it comes to signing day. Give me that. I'll sit back and watch it on ESPNU. I mean, the mindless dribble, I could just unmute it when the signees come up and make their announcements. I mean, there have been some memorable moments on signing day. Lest we forget your boy from Dutchtown. Was it Landon Collins? The one whose mama
Yeah,
walked
yeah,
off?
Landon Collins. His mom didn't
That
walk
was,
off. She was just mad that she wasn't going to
yeah, she was mad.
Yeah,
Who
she
was the one that walked off, though? There was one
that
of
was
them
a
that walked.
guy who chose either Tennessee or Florida, and that's who mine walked off.
Yeah, that one. Oh, man. But see, stuff like that. But see, that's some petty stuff, though. I mean, the parents are parents. I get it. But support your kid, man. That's his choice, not yours. I mean, right?
That's right.
Signing day is a fun day. It is, and I couldn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't because commitments and everything else, class time and whatnot. And you're a working man yourself, so
Yeah,
neither one of us were able to
couldn't do it.
sit back and partake. I mean, now if you were still recovering from the leg injury, you could have, but you're completely healed now, so that's good. That's good. But signing day is a great day. It's I wish they would go back to one time a year. I don't know if I think I get it, but I wish they would go back to one.
Well, I know the first signing day in December is mainly for players who could probably go up to the school right then and there. Some don't, but some do. Like Bernard Carsey, the cornerback from Kennedy, he's already enrolled at LSU. He's there. He had enough credits at Kennedy to enroll early. Um, Now, you talked about LSU and their signees. Tulane, I think, had 32 and a lot from the transfer portal. You talked about Nichols getting Kedrick Richardson, but the school that I'm most impressed with is Grambling State.
Yes, sir.
Mickey Joseph has hit probably a couple home runs with a grand slam. Let me tell you some of the names right quick. You have Marlon Prout, running back from John Curtis. You have defensive tackle Orion Duplessis from John Curtis. You have Tyrone Wilson, wide receiver from Edna Carr. You got three players from Shaw all on the defense. You got Kylis Francis, defensive tackle, Lewis Foster, safety, and Jaden Scott, defensive end. Oh man, that's just six names I named from the New Orleans area. But guess what?
Mhm.
I'm about to name you a seventh name. And this was like icing on the cake for me. Santana Price from McDonough 35. You got a playmaker and quarterback. Man, I'm telling you, and I don't know the whole class. I could probably look it up and see. But those seven right there I just named, that's players that can make an impact immediately. I was just stunned by the players that Mickey Joseph got already. Unbelievable. So
Well,
I I was very impressed with
I
Grambling.
didn't. I did not know Santana Price signed with Grambling. That is an absolute home run.
Yes.
I mean, considering he stays home. Well, I mean, he's got to go all the way up to the northern part of the state. I wonder if our boy is going to check him out, DJ. Our number one fan from McDonough 35.
He
If
might.
he's going to be making them trips, he might. Hey, he better be ready to pay them high gas prices, my boy. But hey, it's all to the good. But Santana Price is going to do great things at Grambling. Uh, the coaching up. What does that tell you about their recruiting acumen? Hugh Jackson was unable to procure a lot of talent, and that program almost became barren. It really
Yeah,
almost
I
became.
had a talk with Coach Elfade. He was talking about how he just felt like New Orleans kids wasn't getting looked at enough from Grambling and Southern.
They
This
weren't.
this is different. Like Jesus. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, no, you're good, VK. I mean, Jared. I'm playing
Just
when I
for your
say that.
emotion. I know.
But no, I was actually gonna get to that about the fact that a lot of those names you rattled off were New Orleans guys.
Yes.
And when was the last time Grambling or i.e. Southern had this kind of recruiting success in New Orleans? I
Ah,
mean, it's been a while.
it's been a while. Yeah.
You know, that being said, I mean, the three guys from Shaw, they're going to do well. I mean, Jaden Francis,
Jada Scott.
Dana Scott. I mean, that's one of the ones I point out. You mentioned Prout from John Curtis. Marlon Prout's a nice player.
Yeah.
Look, Grambling is upgrading in talent, and the results are coming quick. They won 5 games with Hugh last year with
Yeah.
no talent. With no talent. I mean, because looking at that Bayou Classic, and that's the one game I saw Grambling play. Yikes! I was like, man, how did they win 5? I mean, it's nothing that Hugh did. I don't know, but I think they upgraded. They needed some big upgrades on that squad, and they've gotten them. Now it's a matter of getting them acclimated to the FCS level, and let's go. Pretty soon you would think. I think Mickey's going to win him a SWAC championship within 2 years. I feel like if he continues to have this kind of success like he did today, they're going to win the SWAC and find their way to that Celebration Bowl in 2 years' time. I don't know about next year,
Ooh,
but I think in 2 years
two
that,
years.
that I think 2 years. I'll give him 2 years before he plays in the what's up, Nick? In the Celebration Bowl.
Wow, Man, that'll be big. That'll be big, especially out here in the West Bay. Mickey Joseph. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just man. I'm just like wow with the people he has so far. I'm trying to find it online. I'm not getting anything right now. I'll look later, but I'm not gonna leave Southern out.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna leave Southern out. Um, my boy, running back from Curtis, Jason Gabriel, he's there, and Barry Remo from Catholic is also going to Southern. So that's
Nice
some
running back.
yes, that's some home runs being hit also. So you got to give a lot of credit. You know what I mean? Look, there's talent for days here in the New Orleans area. Talent
Hmm.
for days. And I really think it was on um, Coach Mickey Joseph's mind to to get these players. I mean, he knows the area. He knows the area. So I felt like that was on his mind
Hmm.
to get these players off the get go.
Right.
And it shows. It shows so much.
Mm.
Just man, just I'm just like in awe.
Blown away.
Yes, I'm just in awe. Like
Hmm.
with the commits he has going to Grambling.
And look, what's to say Mickey doesn't pluck the transfer portal? From division, players that are borderline D1 guys that maybe not getting a chance at D1 schools, and they, hey man, look, I got a spot for you here. What's
Yeah,
to say he doesn't hit that?
you're
You
right.
know,
Yep.
that's with the advent of the transfer portal, it upgrades teams rebuilding quicker if you get it right. And Mickey obviously has pointed out where this team is deficient, and they've gotten it together.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like you know. That and you mentioned Southern. I mean Barry Remo. We saw that dude in the dome
Yes.
for
Yes.
Catholic.
That's right.
We saw him, and
Yes.
they were dominant, and he was part of it. Now Daniel Beal, of course, had the game. The big game, but Remo
Remo
he
was a
put some things. He
big
put
part
some
of it.
numbers up. Yes, he
Yep.
was.
Yep.
So we know what Southern's going to get, and look, that's important for Southern to keep him in Baton Rouge and
Yeah.
not go to that other school in Baton Rouge, right?
That's
I
correct.
mean, that the conglomerate LSU, and look, we're not hating on LSU, but yeah, but I mean, you look at the talent pool, and we could go all night with how good the talent is in the state of Louisiana. I would put our talent pool up against a lot of states in the United States. Florida, California, Texas. I would put our pool up against those guys and say, look, we can do some damage too down here. We can run you. We can bang you. We can do a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know it. You
I,
know it. We both have an insatiable love for high school football, and we know how good the pool is here in Louisiana.
that's right. You are exactly right. And we get to see a lot of it also.
Yep.
We get
Hatchet I Show Game of the Week,
that's
season
right.
2.
That's right. That's right. Okay, I have the list. I have
Southern.
the I have Grammar's list as of
Mm,
right now. And well, hold on. Okay, this says this is the list. So we have Jay Sean Johnson, Michael Williams, Jordan Bride, Andre Cruz, Frank Moss Jr., Keegan Moton, Tony Phillips, Orion Duplessis, Byron Eaton Jr., quarterback, Keith Jones, also from Edna Carr, Jamal
mm.
Jordan, Alexander Vigil, Armand Owens, Nathan Roberts. They haven't updated it yet, but everybody else I named also from Santana Price and so on. So these are the Grambling State signees that are going to play at Grambling State this year.
Okay.
So yeah, well, yeah, they don't have the resources. Nick, you are exactly right. They don't
Hmm.
have the resources that that the bigger schools have. That is correct. But I will say this though, I saw the Southern coach come down here, the last year coach, the one that just got fired. I cannot think of his name, but he came down to the New Orleans areas and just went to visit every school, and no one got an offer. And a lot of coaches thought that was just a publicity stunt. This year, totally different with these coaching staffs that are at Grambling and at Southern. So I am grateful to what they're doing. And now it looks like they are back in the New Orleans area, especially with Coach Mickey Joseph. And he has Chiron Carey as a coach also on his staff. So things are looking up. But yeah, Southern and Grambling come down to New Orleans area, continue to do that. Going throughout the state. I know you got to go to other states in Texas also, but I think you get a lot of New Orleans crew you can win. And La Tech did that with the 2009 class. A lot of players, Chad Boyd, Lyle Fit, Tyrone Duplessis. We got Rufus Robinson, um, Kendrick James, Shaquille Lucas. They went and got a lot of players from New Orleans area on that
Mhm.
team. And you saw how successful La Tech was the last 2 years with Sonny Dykes, winning a WAC
Yep.
championship in the final the 2012 season, going 9-3. Very
And then they
successful.
then they punished Miami in a bowl game not too long ago, a couple of years back. La Tech, remember they shut out Miami in the
That
Independence
had to
Bowl.
be when
Skip
Skip
Holtz
Holtz
was
was
there,
coach, but he had
and that
Manny
guy.
Diaz as the
Yeah.
DC. Manny
Yep.
Diaz.
Yep. And they did that. So Louisiana Tech is another school that has had a good run of success at some points.
It's cool,
Obviously in a tough conference though.
but they're not coming down to New Orleans enough either.
No, they don't. It's a conscious thing. They'll recruit their area, Ruston, Shreveport, Monroe,
And then go into Dallas area,
and
Texas.
go neighboring
Yeah,
Arklatex.
yeah.
That's their bread and butter is the Arklatex. They're not entrenched in New Orleans as much, but it's comforting to see Grambling doing that, Mickey
I
Joseph doing that, and I get the love you giving him. Look, I love me some Mickey Joseph too, even though he's a Shaw grad. You know, some people have flaws. We're just saying. I'm just saying. But no, no, I say that just kidding because I know Mickey and you know him well, and talking to him, and I remember covering a game when he was at Desire Street a few years back, some years back. I was doing it for
yeah.
Kenny, and it was a quarterfinal, and they won, and they wound up losing in the semi. Um, but talking to Mickey before the game, and then during after the game was over, watching the kids and watching how respectful those kids were, and I think Mickey's going to bring a good bit of discipline to that program,
Yes, yes.
and there's going to be a lot of respect. And then I'm happy it's for Chiron Carey. I mean, he had to bounce along in his high school career, but he found a home at Shaw and did a lot of good things there. Should have had him a state championship. I mean, do we need to revisit 1997? That's wasn't he the quarterback that year against
No,
West Monroe?
the backup running back. He got on the
Backup
field,
running
but he was
back.
the backup running back.
Still should have had a ring though. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's what not.
Yep.
But I'm happy for Sharon that he's got some stability now at Grambling with Mickey, and they're good. I'm telling you, it may take this year might be one of those. Hey, let's get acclimated. Next year is going to be the bust out though. 25 might be the bust out for them,
I,
and
I
just
know
a fan of them.
I know I just say about La Tech not recruiting New Orleans
But
hard, but I will say this.
mhm,
They did get Fred Robinson from Warren Easton, the running back.
it's a pretty big commit.
That is huge.
I
Yes.
mean, Fred, for all the stuff that he's done at Warren Easton, for you detractors out there, oh, he didn't do nothing against Carr. Y'all gonna hold that on him for one game? Cut it out. Cut it out. I know that cat call might be coming, but Fred Robinson he's an incredible talent, and and in an open offense like Louisiana Tech plays, he's gonna get some looks, a lot of them, and
Oh
they're
yeah.
gonna see what this man can do. He can catch it. He can run it. Does he block? I mean,
Uh,
that's not what they're going to ask him to do, are they? I don't
well,
think they would.
we'll see. I don't
I
think
mean, yeah,
I
we'll
don't think
see, but
Fred's scared to get his head in there. I don't think he's
well,
scared at all.
no, but he's not built like that though. I don't think
No,
he's
no,
built.
no. He's not a big running back. Not a big running back. He's not.
He's I mean, frame. I'm not talking about heart. I mean frame.
That's
Like
what I'm saying. Yeah, he's not
frame
a big
wise.
running back. Right. Exactly
So
right.
you
But
know, Tough
All
kid though.
yeah, all in all, a great Saturday for the entire state of Louisiana. A lot of kids going to play college ball. If it's JUCO, Division 2, Division 1 FCS, or Division 1 FBS, we got a lot of kids going to play college ball, continue their college, continue their athletic career, and also their studious career by going to college. So, man, this is a good thing for all. Uh, George, we had a conversation about two Pacific districts when it
Mm.
comes to basketball. Which one is better? And I'm about to go to it right now. Where is? Let me see. Let me see. I know they're in here somewhere. Okay, I'm getting to it. Give me a second. So the first district we talked about was the Catholic League with
On the boys side,
yeah, we're
right?
on the boys side. Yep,
Okay.
the Catholic League
All
with
right.
Edgar Carr and all them. The second one we talked about was the district from Baton Rouge with Liberty, Zachary, Catholic, Central, Scotlandville, and Woodlawn. We talked about which one is the tougher district, and I'll let you go first.
That's a tough question to answer. But at the end of the day, when you look at depth, just sheer depth of how much talent each of those squads have, you talk about the Catholic League, and let's talk about the turbulence that that league has experienced here in the last week. Jesuit at this point last week was in complete control of that district. Then
Yeah.
they go hiccup. Then they go hiccup at Rummel, and then lose last night to Dakar,
No,
which
they
is a
lost.
big
They
win.
lost. They lost to John Curtis.
John Curtis, I mean, and
Yeah.
now which puts Dakar at the forefront of that district.
Yep.
So Chris Jennings and group are not playing their best basketball, obviously. But the depth of districts, I feel like the Baton Rouge district offers you a little bit more when Scotlandville is like the fifth or sixth best team in that district this year,
Yeah.
and that's a program that's always been good. You know, I think I would trust more the Baton Rouge district than I would the Catholic League. I feel like it's close as far as talent and whatnot, but at the end of the day, give me the Baton Rouge district slightly. um, yeah, the Catholic League's got some plenty good teams. I mean, St. Augustine on their best night could do some damage. Brother Martin can do some damage. Carr. I mean, people are going to look at Carr and say, that's a fluke district. I don't want to say fluke. It's like, I don't. They don't have the
It's
resume
not a
of those
fluke.
other.
It's
No, it's
good.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying the novices may say that,
Yeah.
not me. The novices that don't follow the prep basketball game as closely as we do,
Right.
and that we're more in tune to. But what are they going to be in the playoffs? They're going to look at Jazz. They're going to team like, oh, Jesuit will get it right in the playoffs. Maybe they will. St. Aug, yeah, they've got the temerity and they've got the skins on the wall to show you, hey, look, we could get on this run. Brother Martin's another one. They're not going to say that about Carr, but we'll see. But to answer the question, Baton Rouge, I think Baton Rouge has the better district, top to bottom.
I'm going to tell it to you like this. Look at this Baton Rouge district with Liberty,
Mm-hmm.
Zachary, Catholic, Central.
Central,
Central's going to come up. There's
Scholarville,
Scotlandville, and Woodlawn
mm-hmm.
is usually a good team also.
Right.
I believe Scotlandville, Catholic, Zachary, and Liberty have all won championships like very recently within the past 5, 6 years.
Pretty much, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, the frequency of what they've done, yes, I could see that. I
yeah,
mean, the numbers don't lie.
right. And if we go to and Catholic and Scotlandville played for the championship last year, but
Hmm.
and Liberty and Zachary couldn't go to the playoffs. So there's no telling if
Right, because of
Liberty and
that site.
Zachary went to the playoffs. There's no telling if one of them would have won.
Who's to say if one of them wouldn't have been in Lake Charles last year? I mean, could we have seen him? I mean, no cameraman was in existence.
Hey,
You know,
I'm just saying Zachary couldn't defend that title because of the fight with Liberty.
Right. And
Liberty,
Liberty got punished too.
yeah, Liberty got punished too. They both were in Division One. So Zachary was in non-select. Liberty is in select. So
Hmm.
it's no telling. And Catholic won Division One select over Scotlandville. So definitely was no telling what could happen. But I in these past years, St. Aug has won a title, but
Hmm.
nobody else from the Catholic League has won. Now, people can sit there and say that doesn't mean that the Catholic League is worse than the Baton Rouge League. No, it doesn't mean that. But when we can sit there and say, wow, those teams got championships in the last 5, 6 years in the Catholic League, it does say a lot. But to me, right now, right now, I'm going Baton Rouge District. I think it's a tougher district. And Liberty is the team to beat. And
Hmm.
we'll know for sure when they play Zachary.
Hmm.
Liberty just beat Madison Prep, who is one of the favorites to win Division Two.
Yep.
Select big win.
And that's a tradition late in school, Madison Prep, with
Yes,
the recency of how many titles they won. Didn't they beat you guys last year? Was it they beat y'all in the semi last year?
beat Shaw and Simmons. Yes,
And only because y'all had a lid on they had a lid on the
had
rim
a
in
lid
Lake
on the rim.
Charles.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the only. And then what happened to them in the final? Carver didn't
Carver,
Carver put it on?
Carver got him. Yep.
Yeah,
Carver
they
got him.
did.
Yep.
So, but no, the point being, Madison Prep is one of those teams that you better look at come playoff time because they're the kind of team that could win state, get to a final four. I say a final four, to the top 28,
Uh huh.
stuff like that. So you can pretty much bank on a lot of things. There's some certain things in life, and Madison Prep being one of those teams to make a deep run. Sure, Liberty plays them, but and you mentioned Liberty and Zachary, and that adds to the argument. Those two teams are going to come into these playoffs with chips on their shoulder. You can best believe that after last year when they both realized, oh man, we could have done some big damage if we wouldn't have acted stupid.
Without a
Best
doubt.
believe best believe the focus will be on the basketball and the extracurricular stuff needs to go. It's
Well,
gonna not
I
exist.
guarantee you, they're going to have more security presence at,
No
at
doubt.
at that game this year.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Because that they know and look, I don't know when I think those brackets come out. What is it? 2 weeks?
I want to say the
After Mardi
uh
Gras,
I want to say that Sunday the 18th or the Saturday the 17th. They're gonna have,
right?
yeah,
And that's next weekend, not this.
right, correct.
I mean, this weekend is going to be parades and Lindy Gras and all that and whatever they can have that. It is what it is. But um, when those brackets come out to see the seedings, this is where you tell the depth of each district,
Hmm.
how the seeds get put out. Who which district gets the power laden seeds? The higher seeds.
Yeah,
That's where you look at and look power ratings. What's the one thing they always say? Numbers never lie.
right. That's correct.
They never lie, ever.
I want to
So
I want to
go
say
ahead.
this. I want to say this right quick in regards to the Catholic League, which has been phenomenal this year. And right now, you know, Carr's in first place, but John Curtis, all of a sudden, man, is
They're working.
they're working, man. And
Hmm.
for y'all that don't know, Curtis has two injured players who's bound
Hmm.
two starters who are bound to come back.
Hmm.
They're they're down. They have lost two players due to leaving the team, and they are finding ways to win games. Look, the Romo game won. St. Augustine game winning shot by Dagan Bruno, which you can find on my YouTube page, JB the Sports Guy.
Hmm.
And then the big win against Jesuit, as you said, Jesuit was just in first place last week and have dropped 2 games.
Yep.
Edna Carr only has to win one more game, and that's tomorrow night at home against Rummel to win the district championship. I think Edna Carr closes this out with the district championship come tomorrow night because they have a 2 game lead over Jesuit.
Hmm.
And I don't see Edna Carr looking back. If Edna Carr fumbles this game against Rummel tomorrow night, and then that game against St. Aug is not gonna be nothing easy.
Hmm.
And Jesuit can still and St. Augustine, they both have a shot to still win that district. But I think Edna Carr closes it out come tomorrow night.
You would think with what's at stake that in the car finds a way to finish that thing off, but Rummel's going to give it to him for 4 quarters. That's for sure.
They're gonna play
Uh,
defense. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. They're going to get out there, and the thing that concerns you for Rummel is that they do go into cold spells. In the games that they've played, the games that they've lost, they've gone into like real dry spells, like just missing shots against Jesuit. Remember, they were toe to toe with Jesuit. Not the game Friday night, but the first time they played them,
yeah,
and Coach Jennings astutely mentioned it to us that Jesuit got on a 3-point binge, and that's what got them the comforting win that they got.
right.
The rematch obviously had to have played out a lot differently. Romo winning that game. The best of the Raiders against the best of the Cougars, I would think Edna Carr still is that team to win it, but it won't be easy. That's for sure. 32 minutes of basketball. You get out there, and Rummel's going to give it to you every trip. But I feel like Edna Carr is this close. I think they're going to finish the job.
Before we move on to our last topic, I got one question for you.
Oh,
Do you think the Bonneville Bruins may be one of the scariest teams for any team to face? You right now, you see they're 18th, but
hmm
when you look at their schedule right quick, they do have some big wins. Terrebonne's not a bad team. They got a
right.
win over good St. Thomas Aquinas team that has um Rowbottom, who transferred from North Shore. They got a win against Hannon. They beat Hornville. And then, had a little losing streak, had to bounce back from that, went over Holy Cross, lost to Vanderbilt Catholic. And then you scroll down, then went over St. Aug. So they have some
Mhm.
good quality wins. They got some games coming up against Crescent City and East St. John coming up. Do you think Bonneville is one of the scariest teams for any team to have to face in the playoffs?
I mean, yeah, I think Bonham. Look, you gotta respect them for what they've done, and then yeah, they beat St. Augustine last night. But I think if you pump that back up, I think that was an overtime win,
Double,
double.
double.
Okay, so yeah, I mean the Purple Knights they extended them, and Bonnable was able to find character and get the win. That's a big get down, and now they got Crescent City down the stretch. Crescent City, we saw that team in the Sugar Bowl tournament, and look, to be fair, they were very shorthanded in that tournament,
They
missing
did get a
two or three.
first round window, the White McGee, with those 36 points that first game.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said, your Aston Bonnable could be a factor in the playoffs. I mean, 18v15 is not an easy matchup, no matter how you slice and dice it. And then if you pass that, you got to go to the two. But again, we don't know how the matchups are going to play out. There's still a handful of games to be played. But on the surface, the Bruins, on their best, can maybe impact these playoffs, maybe win a game and maybe spook the second seed, scare the second seed, the 2 seed in round two. But again, let's see how the rest of the season plays out. We still got another week's worth of games and whatnot. With that said, on what we know, yeah, I think Bonham's Mike has done a heck of a job there.
Yeah.
And I feel like that team can do some damage. They're gonna play. They're gonna play you hard. They're gonna battle you, and maybe they're not the most top end of talent in as far as that, but can't underestimate heart, and you can't underestimate the fact that they could defend. Defense does travel. So when that bus, if they have to go on the bus, that defense is coming with them. So they'll do some damage. But will they make the top 28? Probably not.
Well, we'll see. You never know what can happen. Who can just get hot all of a sudden? I saw the Shaw Eagles do it in 2000 as a wild card team in the playoffs and win a state championship. Now, moving on. I saw Shaw and Landry last night, and we
hmm
talked about the Shaw Eagles before, and we said that um, I said that I wanted to see the Shaw Eagles be tougher, show more toughness. And I thought the Shaw Eagles were just more finesse team, but I wanted to see toughness. And George, I'm gonna tell you something. Last night, that was toughness by the Shaw Eagles.
hmm
Fighting for balls, blocking shots left and right. What I saw from the Shaw Eagles last night against a good Landry team was
Mhm.
very, very impressive. So they've been a good team. We know that. But I
Mhm.
thought the one thing they're missing was just me. I wish they were a little bit more tougher. And they showed that last night with a double digit win over Landry. Kobe Butler had 12 rebounds and 10 blocks. Shaw had a total of 17 blocks, and the defense they played, Daryl Adams, to me, was one of the best point guards in the state. He's only a junior. They made it tough for him to score, period. Making him
Mhm.
take contested shots, crazy shots. It was tough. The Shaw Eagles played a great game last night and sealed the district of George Peppers.
Well, I mean, I saw your interviews with Aiden and Kobe last night. I don't know if you have the game yet on your channel.
It's on there
Uh,
now. It actually finished
it is
5 minutes ago. It's on there
okay.
now.
Well, I'm gonna go back and check it out. Um, but as far as on the surface, Shaw, and what was it? What when we were at the Sugar Bowl tournament, you and I remember turning to you saying, "I wish they would show some more, more toughness down in the
Yeah,
interior because they were letting teams get inside them and do a lot of damage."
yeah,
And I said, if they could fix, and I told you if they could fix that, that might be a team that could get to Lake Charles.
yeah.
And I was being objective. I mean, I have no fight in a dog. And well, my brother's a Shaw grad, so and with Eric sees it being what it is, I'm a root for Shaw to represent the West Bank. So, and no, it's not a PSA. I've not been paid to say this. I have my own mind. I'm saying it out of my own volition. But Shaw, that's a very eye-opening win. 17 blocks.
Total.
Wow, that
Yeah,
is insane.
total.
17 block shots. I don't know how many teams blocks that many shots in any level.
Yeah,
17?
yes.
Wow. Landry's plenty good.
Landry is
The
real
only
good.
thing
Real
the
good.
only thing so I guess the only thing they won last night was Coach Rob's outfit.
Yeah, Coach Robbie swagged out, man. He be
Oh
swagged
yeah, that dude.
out.
I don't know if it's Louis Vuitton or wherever he goes or whatever. But I'm kidding around when I say that. But Shaw is a team that could do a lot of damage if they pair up last night going into the playoffs. That's an eye-opening win. Landry, a team that's made state finals and made state semifinals and done a lot of damage. It's a hell of a resume win, and that's going to probably maybe move Shaw up a place.
Well, they
I
still
mean, we'll
six.
see.
Still a sixth. I think Landry, even with that loss, moved up from ninth to eighth. I think I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah. But hey, that are those are two good teams, both of them, Shaw and Landry. And Shaw winning the district. Shaw should get another point added to his power rankings for winning the district eventually. We'll see when that happens. Um, Before we go, one more thing I want to get to you to get you to talk about. Big game out in the Bayou area tomorrow. HL Bourgeois is a district leader in 7-5A.
Mhm.
They are hosting the Hornville Tigers tomorrow. Hornville has a chance to win and to tie the district. Who do you think wins the game? Hornville,
Well,
HL Bourgeois.
should be a very interesting game. Hahnville, though, got pasted last night to Country Day. Country Day, Mike McGuire and company put it on them. That was probably maybe Hahnville's worst performance of the year. One of their worst performances. Country Day, take nothing away from those guys. I mean, they played their best game of the year, and I don't know if Hahnville was quite ready. I think they had a hell of a plan for Jordan Moore, and they did a lot of work. But as far as the game tomorrow night, it's back in district. It is a road game.
Yeah,
Uh, so those are not easy in basketball. You go into another team's gym, it's gonna be pretty popping. I think Hahnville's got a chance to win that game, but they're gonna have to lick wounds from last night. That was pretty brutal what happened last night. So you would think, I want to pick Hahnville. I do, and I'm not saying I can't, but I'm going to go with H.L. Bushwa at home. I feel like that the Braves are sitting on something special. Hahnville's still plenty good. I still believe they're a team that can make a big impact in these playoffs. But I'd be interested to see how they play this game tomorrow night. If they get run off the court again, could be cause for concern come playoff time.
It's to me it's a must win for Hornville. It's a must
Hmm.
win. They are 13 in the power rankings, and they don't need any more losses to move down. They would love to host a first round game at home. This is to me a must win. I think Coach Randolph will have her team ready and have them forget about the game they played on Tuesday. I think they're going to be focused at the task at hand because they have H.L. Bourgeois, they have Central Lafourche, and they have Terrebonne. The Terrebonne game will be at Hornville. The first one was at Terrebonne because they had to switch the schedule up a little bit because of a game that was postponed. The first HF Bourgeois game that was postponed. So
Hmm.
Hornville's remaining three games will not be easy
Nope.
at all. East St. John has an easier task. HL Bourgeois has Hornville and Central Lafourche. So it's going to come down to the wire. But we know for sure if Hornville loses tomorrow, they are knocked out of the district race. I think Coach Randolph will have her team ready to play. Hornville must show a lot of ball movement offensively. Don't keep the ball still. Keep it moving. And then
Hmm.
defensively, get back on D and keep your guy in front of you. If Hornville does that, they'll have a chance to win this game. I'm gonna go with the Tigers on this one. I think they're hungry and I think they get the job done. Hornville Tigers with the win and forces a tie for the district for the time being. Well, my friend, the time has come and gone for this show.
Hmm.
You have any last words before we get out of here?
I know our next show is going to be our biggest show in the history of Hash It Out. So let me, if you don't mind,
Hey, buddy.
I'd like to announce it because we do have it on social media. Tune in Monday, Lundigras. We said we weren't going to do anything, but we were able to procure a very, very, very prominent guest. Sure, you know him as soon as I say his name. At 11 o'clock Monday morning, whatever you're doing, tune into the Hash It Out show. We have the one and the only, the LSU coach for baseball. Won him a national title last year. Jay Johnson will be joining us on the Hash It Out show come Monday morning at 11. You ask why Monday morning? I don't know. Ask the host. That's on Jared. He'll tell you. But heck, I'll be a part of it because I'm off. I don't have to be anywhere near 100 Dohan Street, and I'll be able to join the show. And VK will be back from suspension from that. We say that firmly in cheek. But I think he's going to join us. I don't think there's no game or anything from BRCC or Nunez or nothing like that.
He's free that day. He's free.
Yeah, he should be. I just need him to cut up. I just need to cut them rants out. That's all we need to have happen. But yeah, Monday morning, Jay Johnson will join us, and we are so looking forward to having him. And you know what that says about this show? We continue to procure guests like that. We can procure these kind of guests. No credibility, we've already got it, but it just adds to it.
That's right.
To have that man come on to our show, I'm so looking forward to having him on, and it's going to be a fun time. And look, we know the Super Bowl is this weekend. Wherever you may be, whatever you may do, as far as any kind of parties or anything, be careful, be safe, don't do nothing stupid. I know there's a lot of you don't have a dog in the fight, but the Super Bowl is America's game. It doesn't have America's team in it. I'm kidding when I say that, but they haven't been there since 1995, so whatever. Cowboys. Um, but we gave our picks for the Super Bowl Monday night.
Yep.
We both, you and I, are on the 49ers. I think we're on the right side. So I myself am looking forward to the Super Bowl, but I'm also, as a John Everett alumnus, hoping to see Reggie Wayne get the call on Saturday. It probably won't happen because Andre Johnson's on the ballot, and I don't know if they'll put two receivers in the same class. But Saints fans, Jari Evans is on the ballot. He might get in. He might. We're gonna see. But and just think, Jared, it's the last football game until September.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Poor babe. But we do have the merger of the USFL and XFL. Oh wait, but the Breakers aren't in it, so why watch that? Right?
I ain't watching that. But
Mm, me
eh,
neither.
Nick, are you saying Bonneville gets to the Elite Eight, or Bonneville is out before the Elite Eight? Let me know right quick. Let me know, 'cause I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, I need to know too.
Yeah,
I'm
but
very curious.
but yes, Jay Johnson was only able to do it at 11 o'clock in the morning, so
That's fun.
that's fine. So look, remember, you can always go back to my YouTube channel and watch the shows. So if you're not able to catch it at 11 o'clock, go to JB the Sports Guy at whenever 1, 2, 3,
Well,
4,
well,
5.
how about the hashitoutShow.com?
That too, because the links will be
Mm-hmm.
there. The link is there, and you'll find it right then and there. So relax. You can't catch it live. There are other options. But we want to thank Coach Holmes for joining us on the show tonight. And he has his Higgins Hurricane girls ready to rock and roll into the playoffs. So big congratulations to him and that program on the job that has been done. My guy, GP. I am JB, a sports guy. We are about to sign out. We will be back here on Monday with LSU head baseball coach, Coach Jay Johnson. Till then, y'all, take care.
Hey, my name is Trayshawn Ware. I'm a DB for Brother Martin Crusaders, and you're watching the Hash It Out Show.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out Show. Please like,